All right, guys, we got a big series. We got Dodgers, Yankees rematch, the World Series rematch in May. A little bit different than it was for the World Series. Kratzy's shaking his head already.
I,
This is going to be what? What do you got?
no, I was shaking my head because before the break, you said we have a little rematch. You said little rematch.
Little rematch.
Yankees and Dodgers. Little rematch. Little rematch.
Look
Like
at
this
David
is like
Goliath. It wasn't even close to a good series. It wasn't like it was
no no
this
no no no
heated,
no
like
no no no
seven
no.
game thing.
Look, this whole segment is sponsored by MLB Rivals. Yes,
Yes.
Yes.
this is a rivalry that the Dodgers just threw gasoline on by their comments last year, and it's a little rematch. This is the only chance because we don't have like the rubber match, the cage match. We don't have another game that they could have played in the World Series. They beat them soundedly, and then they talked about it. They chatted about it while drinking some booze. And now even Chris Taylor is not even afraid of what he said. He hasn't gone back on his statements. To me, this is more than a little rematch. This is a opportunity for the Yankees to be like, you know what? You guys did get lucky. You know what? We did make some errors, but we are the better team. So to me, it's a huge rematch.
Better team. They were not even close to the better team last year. All right, here is the huge MLB Rivals Foul Territory preview show extravaganza. Let's start again.
Much better.
All right, guys, look at this, courtesy of Sarah Langs. If and when, let's assume that the lineups are what we think they're going to be. They're going to have Judge, Bellinger, Goldschmidt facing off Ohtani, Betts, Freeman. Be the first time in history the game has had 3 former MVPs in each lineup. That is star power. That is pretty remarkable. Kratz, your take on the Yankees being the better team is about as good as your mustache, which is not good.
It's below average. But I didn't say they were the better team. I said the Yankees have a chance to show they're the better team. But I can't believe this tweet by Sarah Langs. Like the fact that 2 of the teams that spend the most money have 3 former MVPs in their lineup. Of course they do, because they're the only teams that are willing to spend. They're the only teams that are willing to get together the best players. Everybody had a shot at Goldschmidt, and based on how much the Cubs wanted to get rid of Cody Bellinger, everybody had a shot at Cody too. Yeah, you had to pick up his contract. Yeah, you had to deal with the fact that he had a down year after the year prior, 23. But it's 2 teams that want to win the World Series, and it's so refreshing because there are others in the league that could care less about winning, and it's proven because they don't go out and get the guys to supplement the lineups that are decent lineups.
All right, let's do a little tail of the tape here for this huge, huge rivalry. Let's get into who would you guys rather have at first base? Paul Goldschmidt,
Ooh.
Freddie Freeman.
Right now, Freddie Freeman for me.
Every day, all day, even when Paul Goldschmidt won his MVP. Freddie Freeman's the guy. Freddie Freeman's going to be a Hall of Famer. And if you're talking about just today, yeah, Goldie's doing awesome. But if you look at the last month, what Freddie's doing, coming off of slow start to the season because of that ankle injury, he's up there. Freddie was up there with some of Judge's numbers, hitting over 400 during that span, driving in runs, and just putting together ridiculous at bats. He hasn't lost a step, Freddie Freeman, all day.
The only step he's lost was going into a shower. That's the only step. But we can move on.
That ankle isn't that great. I don't know if we could say he hasn't lost a step, considering his ankle was held together by like tape and glue during the World Series. But whatever, I'll give you guys that. Let's move on to second base. Who are we going with? Miguel Rojas? Tommy Edman? DJ LeMahieu? I don't know why LeMahieu is on this. He's not going to be playing every day. He's 30.
No.
They got to kind of keep that guy in bubble wrap and hope he can help when he can help. He's like 36. No offense, guys.
He's playing better at second. LeMahieu's playing better. When he's out there, he's playing better. His bat's not going to return to the same batting title form. American League, National League batting title winner. But, I mean, come on. Miguel Rojas? No. Tommy Edman, Tommy Tanks. To me, I'm looking at this guy as a guy who could have a huge series this series. Like, look at all the huge at-bats that he had last year after he came over from the Cardinals. I guess the Cardinals just didn't need a guy like this. The Dodgers were like, oh, yeah, sure, we'll take him. Easy. The guy can play center field. He can play a Gold Glove second base. We even plugged him in at shortstop. So if you're putting Tommy Tanks at second base, I'll take Tommy Edman.
Well said. Well said. I agree. I wish Jazz was healthy. We could have been talking. Maybe a little different scene, but Tommy Edman is the real deal. Love the way he plays the game.
All right, let's go to third base. And we got Kike Hernandez, Max Muncy, or Oswaldo Peraza.
I'm taking this one. I'm going with Oswaldo Peraza on this one. He's been playing well when he gets his time. He's a solid little third baseman, and listen, from what I've seen right now, the guy can play the game, and he's up for whatever. He's a utility guy, and he will back this team up and go. Whenever there's an injury, he steps right in. Is he going to wow you? No, but he's a good defender, and he's been playing the game the right way. I think I just lost Muncy and Kiki kind of taking a step back a little bit, but Kiki is, the playoff guy, especially against the Yankees. But I'm going Peraza by a little bit.
I'm taking Muncy and Kike because they're going to be put in situations to have success. The Dodgers are going to put them in the lineup when the matchup is favorable to them. And you know what? Max Muncy started out slow this year. He is about to get hot. The dude he falls into 30 homers a year. He is a fastball masher, and Kike, they're not going to overexpose Kike at third. So I think this is just a case of Peraza's just filling in at third. I think the Yankees are looking for options. Jazz is playing third down in the minor leagues, or is willing to play third. Whether he does or he doesn't, he's willing to. Unlike Glaber wasn't willing to play third last year. Jazz wants to do what will help the team. His quote, not mine. And I think Peraza's days are numbered at third base with the Yankees.
All right, guys, we got shortstop. I think I know which way you guys are going. Can we say anybody over Mookie Betts right now? Poor Anthony Volpe gets the short end of the stick at shortstop. You got to go Mookie, don't you? It also doesn't matter where you put this guy. He's a difference maker. We could have put Mookie. I know he's playing shortstop right now, but he's been in so many different positions too. It's just unreal. What a cool little card we've got up here on the screen. I would love to hear if anyone has an Anthony Volpe take that you would take him over Mookie Betts in this present moment.
Wait, you don't want Gold Glove at short? You don't want Gold Glove at short? It's your primary position. It's your premium position. I mean, are we discounting that, or are we just saying, you know what, Mookie Betts is just gonna hit, and he's gonna be the Mookie Betts of all the MVP candidate, all this stuff. Who has a higher WAR at this current point?
Volpe
has a higher WAR, so thank you very much. I'll take Anthony Volpe. Sorry, Mookie.
Wow, didn't think either of you would go that
I'm being
way.
a contrarian. Mookie Betts is the better player.
Exactly.
But currently, Anthony Volpe is a very underrated piece of this Yankees team, and he brings value in more than just his torpedo bat hotness.
Yes, I will say this. Anthony Volpe has gotten a lot of hate in previous seasons for not immediately being this star. And very quietly, he has put together a really nice start to this season. I feel like he drew a lot of ire from Yankee fans last year. He'd make errors in critical things, or, offensively, he wasn't the guy in stretches. Anthony Volpe has been very good. Still not taking him over Mookie Betts. I am curious what you guys have here in center field, though. Tommy Edman versus Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham having a really strong start to the season with the Yankees. Much better offensively than he has been at prior stops. For a little while, guys, it was like him and Judge were the only ones that were doing anything offensively. So kind of curious where you guys sit with this one.
Yeah, he just needed to get in his own comfortability. Honestly, New York's a tough place to play. Came out struggling, and he didn't play as much. And I think Booney came out and even said that. I needed to play him more. And now look what he does. Gold glove. He's making plays left and right, smooth as silk out there, and he's driving the ball again. It's a definite for me, Trent Grisham.
I mean, if you're taking an everyday center fielder, you got to take Trent Grisham. He has gold in center. Tommy Edman has gold at second base. So that's why I picked Tommy. I can't pick Tommy for both positions. This isn't high school. This isn't the high school all league honors where kids are winning first team at different positions. No, this is Trent Grisham. He has earned it. He was a good player in San Diego when he played a lot. Got traded over in the Juan Soto deal. Sorry, Trent, you were not better than Juan Soto or G in the lineup, and he rotted on the bench, and now you see the types of numbers he's putting up. I think he's going to maybe regress a little bit back down to the mean, like Kyle Glazer said yesterday on the show, but you're still getting gold glove defense, which is so valuable.
Fair. All right, let's go with left field. Left field, we got Michael Conforto. Or are we going with the Martian on the Yankee side? Are we going with Andy Pages, the Dodgers? It's a little bit of a platoon there. So I'm really curious as to how you guys are gonna rank this. It's easy with the stars. When you get a little further down, you're like, oh, what are we doing here? Are we going with the Yankees young stud? Are we going with some of the more veteran guys? What do you guys got?
I'll let the Yankees everyday analyst take this one, and then I'll just tell him the right answer after he's done.
You're annoying. I'm going with the young pup. I'm going with the Martian. You've seen some spurts of really good at bats. You've seen some up and downs, but he's still trying to find himself. If we're talking defensive wise, Kratzy, which I know you're going to bring up, yeah, that's trouble. But you got a switch hitter here, a kid that's up and coming, and he's still trying to learn that position. I'm taking him with a slight edge over those two guys right now.
I mean, the exact reason that those two guys are who I'm choosing is where Jason Dominguez has an issue. They can't really bat him from the right side. They can't start him against lefties. His right-handed swing has been lacking power. It's been lacking consistent contact. And all three of these dudes, somehow Pages is the best outfielder out there, so I have to take the Dodgers side of it. Conforto is interesting to me because he has had a incredible reverse split where he has been killing lefties. And before, early in his career, he was handling sinkers really well from righties. So it's interesting how they're going to use that platoon. And the way Pages has been playing, it might be a little bit less and less Conforto, and it might just be Pages' job. But as the Dodgers do, they're not just going to leave $20 million sitting on the bench in Conforto. So they'll have the opportunity to get in the lineup and really mix things up based on where Conforto's at. He started out hot. Now he's kind of struggled a little bit.
All right, let's go over to the other corner. Teoscar Hernandez or Cody Bellinger? Who we taking there? This is an interesting one, actually, in my mind. I don't know who I would go with. I think you can kind of flip a coin here. It depends on what you value the most. Which way are our two esteemed player analysts going?
I mean, I'm gonna take Teo, and it is a close match. This is the closest for me because Teo, what he did last year, how he fits into that roster, how he actually changes that lineup in the sense that he's able to punish soft stuff in the zone where the other guys, like a Max Muncy, when they hit back-to-back, when they're paired in the lineup, it's tough to navigate that part of the lineup because you're landing your breaking balls against Max, and then you have to be able to get the fastball by Teo. It's just hard. You never get into a rhythm, and I think what he adds to that lineup is ridiculous. And I think Cody's spot where he's at in the lineup is maybe the most important spot in all the American League from here going forward. Because if Ron Washington gave everybody the blueprint of what to do to Judge, it's like Garrett Cole did to Rafi Devers. Put him on. And if Cody steps up and continues to stay hot because he started out slow and he's gotten hot recently, then you're going to be seeing a lot more of throwing to Judge and not 4 wide because you got to pitch. You can't pitch around him and expect that Cody's not going to do damage.
I will be nice and quick here. It is 50-50, but I'm going to give 0.1% to Tasker because he won a home run derby. So that's it.
All right. Speaking of quick, if you're paying attention or scoring at home, we're skipping over the catchers. No one cares about catchers at all. Sorry, Kratzy. We're going to DH. Last one. Ohtani versus a guy named Aaron Judge. You may have heard of him. Which one are you guys going here? And is there a wrong answer? Probably not.
No. I'll go first since Kratzy's annoying sometimes. I'm going with the captain, Aaron Judge. He is an absolute beast. There is no wrong answers here. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I want the 6'7" guy up every single time of the day. One pitch away from winning a game, always. Not that Ohtani can't do that. I know he's going to pick him because he could pitch too, but he hasn't pitched yet. I'm going with the big dog, Aaron Judge.
I mean, he can't pitch when he's DHing, so no, I'm not picking Ohtani. Aaron Judge for sure. Aaron Judge on a historic run, and your catcher is Will Smith. That's why we went over the catchers. It's Will Smith. Will Smith
Austin
right
Wells.
now is the second best catcher in the game.
I'll take Austin Wells.
Had to get that in there. All right, there it is. There's the extravaganza, the huge rivalry. Huge, right, Kratzy? Huge series.
Thank you, Britt.
Yes, just had to give it its due. All right, guys. Log in now and get one Hall of Fame card from legends like Tony Perez, Tim Raines, Derek Jeter, Greg Maddux, Jack Morris, or Don Sutton in the MLB Rivals app. We'll be right back after a word from Bryce Harper.
In baseball, one thing defines your legacy: the Hall of Fame, a place reserved for immortals, the chosen few who have sacrificed, fought, and bled for the game.
Harper with a rainmaker!
With every swing, every play, every challenge faced.
Harper is not happy about that.
It's about achieving greatness that echoes through time. And now is your time to rise to the challenge, chase immortality, and become a legend. Download MLB Rivals.
Hey everybody, be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.